Hello and welcome back. So in the last video, I was able to commit my own code. All I just did was I had to sign out from the account that I signed in with from the command line and then signed into a new account, okay, which is this particular one. And here you can see I have my code. And you should have this too as well in your repo, okay? The next thing we want to do is to create a token, okay? Now, that token, we create it and keep it safe because we are going to use that token inside every of the services where we would need this library, okay? So that token will be used to authenticate whenever we push to GitHub Actions and then it deploys, okay, to npm, okay? So the first thing is from your repo, you can go to this top right hand side. You go to settings. You can scroll down, okay? Go to developer settings. And then click on personal access tokens. Click tokens, the classic token. Yeah, these are old tokens that will be deleted later, okay? So now what we want to do is to create a new token. It says tokens you have generated that can be used to access the GitHub API, okay? So I'll generate a new classic token, okay? So generate a new classic token and then add my password. So okay, now you give the token a name. So I'll call this Jobber npm token, or just I'll call this Jobber npm token for, or I can call it Jobber token for Jobber shared library. Okay, so you want to set an expiration? Probably not. I'll set no expiration. Okay, so yeah, I can delete this and create a new token. I'll select repo. Yeah, select workflow, update GitHub Actions workflow, write package, select that, delete packages, admin public key. Just select all of this. Do you want to create a gist? No. Probably notifications, users, delete repo. Yeah, we don't need enterprise. Yeah, do you want to use code spaces, copilot, projects, admin, and admin SSH? Okay, so you can just select all the repo, workflow, all of this. Okay, the ones I'm excluding, I don't think I'll need it. Gists, admin, enterprise, audit log, code spaces, copilot. Okay, and then you generate token. Okay, so now this token, you can copy it. This will only be visible once. Okay, so copy it. Make sure you keep this token. Okay, I will just create a file. Let me create a file here. Secrets.md. That's what I'm going to call this. So this is going to be my token. I'll call this Jobber helper library token. Okay, so I can have access to this every time. Okay, so now I have my token. The next thing I want to do is we need to create a new file inside this shared folder. The file will be called .npmrc. Okay, so this will be used to access the registry. But before we add any content to this file, go to your package JSON file. Let's update this so we don't forget. So go to your package JSON, and then here where you have repository and then URL, you add git, then plus. Now go back to this. Let me see. So go back to the repo you just created. Yeah, and then copy it and then paste it here. .git. Okay, so git plus then https://github.com, then your namespace. So your username is your namespace, and then the name of the folder.git. Okay, so make sure you add this so we don't forget about it. Okay, and then we have the name of the package right here. Now in this .npmrc, the content here, this file will be used to authenticate the registry. Okay, so here what we are going to do is I'll add my username. So add your GitHub username right here. Okay, then colon registry, and the registry we want to use, I think we saw it here. Yeah, so we want to use this registry, so copy this registry right here. So registry equal to, you paste, and then slash your GitHub username. Okay, and then next /npm npm.pkg package.github.com /: and then we add underscore auth token. Now for this here, we need to set it equal to our token. Now this will be used, okay, when we are building. Okay, so this file right here, what is going to happen when we create set up our GitHub actions, we are going to copy the contents of this file, okay, and then use it in the build. Okay, and then in the pipeline it will always be using this file and also the token, but we don't want to set the token right here, this token that I created. I don't want to set it here because then it's going to be visible in the repo, assuming maybe your repo is public. Okay, so we don't want to do this. Now on Unix machines, what we can do is to export the token. Okay, we can export the token, so with export, and then I'll call it npm underscore token equal to, and then the token I just copied, so we export this. Now on Windows, I think you can use the setx command, but if you are using Windows, just try to search online. I don't have a Windows machine, but try to search online to see how you can export an environment variable. Okay, so we just exported this as an environment variable, and then we are going to use it here. To use it here, you can use the $ symbol, and then you add the name of the environment variable. Okay, so with this now, whenever we add this to the build, it's going to have access to this token right here. So sorry, I really apologize for those using Windows. I really don't have the commands, but you can search online how to export a token on Windows, and then how to use it right here. Okay, so this here, well, this is not going to be a problem if we push to the repository. GitHub is not going to complain that we have a secret key being displayed. Okay, so right now we have the npmrc. Now what we are going to do next is to start adding the different helpers, and then when we are done with the helpers, we can then start setting up our GitHub pipeline or GitHub Actions pipeline.